President Tinubu appoints new permanent secretaries. Federal government launches National Identification Authentication Services. And Federal Capital Territory holds innovation challenges for students. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. I am Cecilia Julius. Remember, you can also watch us live on YouTube at NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Now to the news. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the deployment of two strategic developments as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen governance, enhance service delivery, and ensure effective policy implementation in line with the renewed hope agenda. The newly appointed permanent secretaries, who emerge through a competitive selection process, bring a wealth of experience, expertise, and innovation to their new roles. Their posting is designed to optimize performance, foster interministerial collaboration, and drive sustainable development across key sectors of the economy. The permanent secretaries and their assigned ministries are as follows. 1. Mr. Rafiu Olanire Adelada, Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy. Dr. Mukhtar Yawale Mohammed, Federal Ministry of Arts, Culture and Tourism and Creative Economy. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Didi Esther Walsinjak, congratulated the newly appointed permanent secretaries and urged them to bring their expertise to bear in their new assignment, while emphasizing the importance of professionalism, accountability, and result-oriented leadership in achieving the federal government's developmental goals. The federal government has approved the launch of the NIN authentication service for secure and seamless identity verification across ministries, departments, and agencies. A statement by NIMIC's head of corporate communications, Kayode Adegoke, indicates that President Bola Tinubu has directed that all government services adopt the NIN AUTH platform as part of efforts to strengthen the National Identification Management System under the Renewed Hope agenda developed by the National Identity Management Commission. NIN authentication offers web, AIPI, and mobile access for real-time identification verification. The statement adds that it introduces advanced security features, protects user privacy, and allows individuals to manage how their data is shared. Adegoke says the service will be used for processes including SIM registrations, passport applications, tax filings, driver's license, renewals, and access to intervention programs. He says it's now the exclusive platform for NIN-based verification and authentication across MDAs. Nigerians are advised to download the NIN authentication app on their smartphones with implementation guidelines available at the ninauthentication.nimc.gov.ng. In a bid to advance entrepreneurship and ensure sustainable innovation among young Nigerians, the FCT Education Secretariat, in collaboration with the Brunel University, London, has seen the need for innovation and entrepreneurship challenge competition. Onyoze Yakubu captures the innovative press displayed by the participating students at a recent challenge competition.
This innovative and entrepreneurship challenge competition is part of a wider program designed to nurture creativity, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills among secondary school students in the FCT. This is all in a bid to build a better and prosperous capital city.
Part of what we are training the children is we vow that no child leaves school without a skill. And from this innovative and creativity that you see these children display today, we are running towards that, honestly speaking. And it is part of the Mr. President agenda that innovation, skill, critical thinking should be part of these students.
The competition is with the team Building a Better Abuja for Everyone seeks to engage students in identifying real-life community problems and developing viable technological-driven business solutions towards addressing them.
It has been observed that our curriculum is not giving a privilege to students to put into practice what they learn. And we want to build in future entrepreneurs. And the basic process of doing that is to make the students to make a presentation of what they learn in the normal classroom situation.
This is another level of the partnership that we've gone into with them. They want to see the creativity and the nature of their critical thinking that our students have. And so we got into this competition to see what the students will come up with.
Stakeholders emphasize the need for sustained advocacy for entrepreneurship opportunities in order to create spaces where students can thrive with their skills. More than 25 FCT schools across the territory participated in the competition, which witnessed 5 schools in contest ahead of the grand finale. Key areas of focus during the competition include renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, urban infrastructure, and tourism.
Project Growth Tuition is all about empowering underprivileged families and also supporting the students through scholarship and providing palm trees which will help to develop the communities.
Here is a brief overview of our sustainable innovation. Our team proposed a sustainable innovation on poultry farming which utilizes locally cost and eco-friendly ingredients. This approach enhances poultry health and increases productivity.
The challenge program commenced in February this year and will be concluded on May 12th with standard projects to be recognized and offer future development opportunities. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
And talking political matters, in continuation of efforts to ensure inclusive governance and participatory democracy, the All Progressives Congress Reconciliation Committee has met members in Abuja, where the party charted a way forward in ensuring success in upcoming elections, while assuring party members of more internal party fair play. Rosemary Mortaleb-Bilal reports.
This is the third area council visited by the FCT APC Reconciliation Committee, and the mandate is clear: uniting members, addressing differences, and repositioning the party for victory in all elections. The Party Reconciliation Committee, headed by Senator Usman Jibril Wowo, met with aggrieved members, listened to their concerns, and assured them of fairness and inclusion. What began as an outreach turned into a homecoming for many.
After today's meeting, we are yet going to come back to Abuja, this time informally, and then meet some few people whom we didn't see here, including, as you can see, the House of Rep member. He was supposed to be here. So we will come back and then organize an informal meeting so that we can discuss issues over, and I believe at the end of the day, all the matters will be resolved.
Chairman Abuja Area Council, Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, assured the committee of their loyalty to the party, stressing that Abuja will always continue to support APC.
Reconciliation is still on. I'm always telling my people, don't go to other parties to contest. If you have the capacity and you have the party at heart, come to the party, reach out to the people. Contest under the same platform. Nobody is denying you the opportunity to contest. It is a good thing. It is your constitutional right.
Other stakeholders stated that the strength of the APC in the FCT was not built through intimidation or force, but on unity, humility, peace, and most importantly, good governance model.
For we to come here today is to bring us together to see how the party can move forward. Because if the party is not united, there is no how the candidates can win election.
The chairman mandated us to go around the 10 political wards. As far as Abuja is concerned, we have already united ourselves.
The committee is under the guardianship of Minister of Special Duty and Intergovernmental Affairs and the Minister of State, FCT. Rosemary Mortaleb-Bilal, NTA News.
Monday, May 5th, that's yesterday, marked the International Day of the Midwife. a celebration honoring the vital work of midwives worldwide in providing care and support to women during pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum. This year's theme, Midwives Critical in Every Crisis, highlights the crucial role midwives play in humanitarian settings, where they often serve as first responders and provide essential care with limited resources. According to the International Confederation of Midwives, trained midwives can provide up to 90% of essential sexual, reproductive, maternal, newborn, and adolescent health services. Midwives are not only critical in crisis situations, but also in everyday healthcare, particularly in Africa, where over 1 million newborns and 178,000 mothers die each year, according to the World Health Organization. We promise to bring you more news just after this break. Please stay with us.
I am Oluremi Tinubu, the global and national Stop TB champion. Many people have asked why I've chosen to champion the fight against a disease like tuberculosis. My reason stems from a deep personal experience. I once had a friend who unfortunately fell ill and concealed the nature of his sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their social economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, 1 person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, 1 person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit the nearest government hospital or primary healthcare center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
Welcome back to the rest of the news. The Al Habibiyah Islamic Society has identified Islamic Endowment Fund, known as WATFU, as a veritable social tool towards making society better, while also impacting communities and humanity. The Islamic organization, during a pre-launch training phase of the new program for its staff, says this is coming to add to existing programs of the faith-based organization. Abdullahi Ajia reports from the interaction with key stakeholders.
For 3 days, this Al Habibiyah management staff and its stakeholders are undergoing a training that will expose them on the soon-to-be introduced Islamic Endowment Fund initiative, WAQF, which is part of the new innovations introduced by the Islamic organization in order to help humanity and society grow.
We want to learn of this Islamic tool, the Waqf, that can help the entire community, not just is Muslim, it can help anybody, because among it there could be work for roads, there could be work for electricity, there could be work for water, there could be work for school. So this thing is not about Muslim, it's about humanity generally, because to us what is called Islam is humanity.
One of the beauties opportunities we have in work food is that it is a product of ijtihad and it falls within the scope of muamala.
After careful and thoughtful deliberations, this think tank session agreed on the model as a life-changing initiative which is embedded with all the public services to be rendered to the people within Islamic principles of Sharia.
Habibi has always been about humanity, and every single program that they are contemplating or that they are already involved in is about humanity. So there's nothing Habibiyya is doing that is not about advancing humanity.
Al-Habibiyya is championing a cause that will bring funding and will bring participation of experts, the young ones and the old ones. Is a handshake that I think will assure the future of this country, and it's a well-deserved thing. And you know, my knowledge of Al-Habibiyya, they have never failed in any cause that I know of that they are doing that they have failed.
These are programs that are derived from the Quran and from the Hadith. And of course, one thing about them, one thing that is so unique about them is that here in this part of the world, we are not very conversant with. In fact, most of those have not heard about these things before, except those who are very, very learned. And these are things that actually the Muslims need.
As the Islamic organization continues to shape and mold character, these ideas, collaborators believe, are timely to address contemporary Islamic and societal concerns. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Still talking religion, the fear of God is a virtue that transforms any society for the betterness, and a call for stakeholders and politicians by clergies to imbibe this way of life for good governance. The clergies are of the view that good governance starts with citizens' engagement, transparency, and accountability in order to build trust. They say as leaders, they have the responsibility of providing an environment conducive for the people.
They are there because of the people, and they are the representative of God in administration. As the people are praying for them, it is important for them to serve with the fear of God, to work for the people so that the country can be better. Every country gets the kind of leaders that come from the people, and as the people are praying for their leaders, our politicians should serve with the fear of God.
God is interested in governance. In fact, the Bible says, the government shall be upon his shoulders. So God is interested in good governance. And if you look at the scripture, there are laid down principles that we could follow, and that will give us good governance. One,
because you cannot govern a set of people if you don't give them good and sound justice system, and also provision of social amenities, building human capital development, who will in turn drive your vision for such a society or nation. So today is a very good day to say to our leaders that what you do will live with you and even after you. So
They advise leaders at all levels to shun corruption as it undermines good governance and erodes public trust, calling on them to promote integrity and accountability in all institutions. Celebration between Kabiru and Azimat Shuaibu had family, dignitaries, sons and daughters of the renowned Igbira kingdom, as they honor their children who under Islamic rites were joined to become husband and wife. Correspondent reports that the union was held in Dutse Alaji of the FCT. For the Egbira Kingdom of Kogi State, richly displaying a culture of love and togetherness as they witness the union between Kabiru and Azimat Shuaibu under Islamic rites. The sum of 100,000 naira was paid by the groom as bride price to seal the holy agreement, while prayers and advice from the traditional head of Ogu clan and elders were offered as propellers for their journey.
I've advised my daughter to learn to endure, to learn to adjust. If the husband's voice is getting higher, her own should be low. That's the only way they can live together.
What I wish for my daughter is success and more success. She and her husband. What we're going to do, we're marking them very well to make sure everything's in order.
Both families and the couple, while being ushered in with songs filled with joy, prayed for them to succeed.
I wish them the best, like even to be more greater than me. As I try to train them, each and every one of them, they should be able to train to their own children more than that. And my grandchildren should be greater than me.
Aduna is a pride child to me and the entire family. My prayer for them is that
drive jeje sake of say life no get photocopy o. Drive jeje na the ogbonge road safety program wey dey show for NTA Channel 5 Abuja to teach country people on how to drive jejely for road. Country people, make una join the only driver wey dey drive for television, Odiriogboru Arutere, for Drive Jeje every Friday 11:30 a.m. for NTA Channel 5 Abuja. For sponsorship and advert, green us with 08035368023 plus 09055552223. Drive Jeje because life na Jeje.
Let's now join our sports desk for Sports Brief.
Manchester United are expected to be busy in the summer transfer window as Ruben Amorim is looking up to his team after a nightmarish 2024-2025 campaign. The Portuguese coach will aim to solidify his team's attack, and Amorim has prepared a 4-man shortlist for the number 9 role. Sporting CP Victor Gyökeres has been linked with a move to the Premier League club since Amorim moved to England. The United boss is also looking at Nigeria's international Victor Osimhen. The 26-year-old is unlikely to continue in Turkey, but the current season as Galatasaray won't be able to match his 75 million release clause. In the meantime, Mikel Arteta has urged his players to give their lives to reach the Champions League final as Arsenal prepares to face Paris Saint-Germain this week. Arsenal will be heading to the Parc des Princes on Wednesday as they bid to turn around a 1-0 deficit from the first leg in North London. The Gunners will have Thomas Partey back, but will be without a host of first-team starters, including Gabriel and Jorginho, but Arteta remains optimistic. And in La Liga, Lamine Yamal is set for a massive pay rise at Barcelona, with teen wonder kid agreeing to terms on a lucrative new contract. The record-breaking European Championship winger has been working on a youth deal in Catalonia. He is unable to sign a long-term agreement until celebrating his 18th birthday. That point will be reached on July 13, 2025. A release clause that fends off any unwelcome interest from afar will be included in the fresh terms, with Barca making a habit of including figures of 1 billion euros in the extension agreed with other key performers. With Sports Brief, Moses Kuye, NTA News.
Thanks for watching the news at 1 p.m. Remember to stay with us at 7 for more news. Good afternoon.